So many people have no respect for themselves. They travel through life with just like, with zero drive, with zero vigor, with zero desire to really do anything because they don't respect themselves. Their minds are plagued with negative thoughts and horrible mental health. You see, the truth is that the way this modern world tells you to live, the way this modern world tells you to go about, how you see, tells you how to perceive yourself. It's a recipe for disaster. Because think about this. You need to stop listening to the way the modern world tells you to do things. The way the media and everything. Basically, what I'm trying to say is stop listening to the advice that everyone is giving you. Stop listening to this modern media agenda advice because it's horrible advice and it actually does nothing. In fact, often if you follow their advice, it makes your life worse. Think about what the modern advice is for someone who has poor mental health and doesn't respect themselves and has no real dignity. What does the modern world tell them to do? Take a self-care day, guys, self-care day. This is my fourth self-care day this week, and my life has been nothing but better. Hee 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 hee. My life is amazing because all I do is wake up at noon and then I scroll on TikTok for 4 hours and then I eat a bunch of junk food at McDonald's and I have a bubble bath and I watch Friends for 15 hours. That's what this modern world tells you is the secret. That's what they tell you. This is the just such. It angers me to see what this modern era of people think is self-care and helping and mental help. Because it's not. What they push as being, helpful is actually one of the main poisons, one of the main reasons that this poor mental health plague exists. The reason, because I'm going to tell you right now, the reason you have no respect for yourself, the reason that you wake up in the morning and you're plagued by negative thoughts and you don't understand, and you have, you're constantly thinking about how much you hate yourself and you hate your life. I'm going to tell you exactly why that is, because I went through this myself too, and it took someone telling me this to transform my life and my mentality, because you haven't achieved anything. That's the reason. You haven't achieved anything. All you've done is gotten participation awards through your life by doing minimum effort and accomplishing nothing. Because a self-care day isn't a self-care day. It's a self-hate day. Because you hate yourself so much that you want to sit down and poison your future self's mental health so that you can feel instant gratification now. That's a self-care day. It's not self-care, it's self-hate. Because only people who hate themselves will do something like that. Taking drugs, freaking like vaping first thing in the morning because it's a self-care day. I'm gonna give myself poison so my older future self has freaking lung cancer and dies at the age of 50. Yeah, self-care day, guys. Really good for you. I'm going to tell you the real self-care day. You see, I'm just gonna jump right into this. Is a real self-care day. This is what a self-care day looks like for me. Because if I'm about to fall into a rut, or I'm like feeling a little bit of poor mental health, like, oh man, I don't have any motivation, this is a self-care day for me. Because I've done all the cute little self-care stuff of eating junk food and watching movies all day. This is a self-care day. You get out of bed first thing as soon as your alarm clock goes off. No snooze, no nothing. In fact, this morning I woke up before my alarm clock. Wake up and immediately jump into some push-ups. Serious push-ups. You can't do a push-up, do some squats, some form of vigorous exercise. Because what is this doing? What is this doing? It's telling your body, it's telling your mind that I'm stronger than you. I'm stronger than my emotions. Because your emotions tell you, don't do the push-ups, just sit down, have a little self-care day. Maybe that guy in the bathrobe, YouTube, he was wrong. Don't listen to him. Your emotions are going to tell you to stop. But when you push forward, your emotions learn to shut up. And when your emotions, your negative thoughts, your negative mind, your mentality that's constantly dragging you down and telling you that's how horrible of a person you are, as soon as you feel that negative thought, this is what you do. You think back to that moment in the morning when you dropped down and immediately started doing push-ups or immediately started doing some kind of work. You go back and you tell yourself, no, I'm not lazy. I'm not a horrible person, because look at what I just did. Look at this. Look at the push-ups that I just did in the morning. Think back to things that you've accomplished. That's the reason you need all these cute. You think you need all these cute self-care days where you're just making excuses to be lazy. That's the reason, because you are incapable of looking back in your mind and thinking to yourself, "Wow, look at all the stuff I've accomplished," because you haven't accomplished that much. That's the reason. Before I get out of here, I'm going to tell you a quick story. You see, this winter, I had a challenge with my friend where we had to do the One Punch Man workout. So I've already done a video about this where I did it for like a week or whatever. I decided to do it for like 40 days, and it sucked. But I challenged my friend to do it as well. And part of it was that you had to run you had to go for a run every day. We changed the rules a little bit. You see, in the One Punch Man, you had to run 10 kilometers or 6 point something miles every day. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, I have school, so we modified it to where we only had to run at least 1.5 miles. My driveway, the road I live on, it's a mile long, so I just ran it back and forth every day. And I had to do this literally in the middle of winter, and it was brutal. But the truth is, when I was done with that run, my mental health was amazing, because I felt so accomplished, because I did that. I ran in the snow. It wasn't snowing, but I ran in the cold. My lungs were freezing. And as soon as I got home, I'm not going to lie to you, I sat down and I started to watch a movie. And the truth is, that's self-care right there. That's real self-care. Because you taking all this time off and going, oh, I just need to relax. And the truth is, yes, you do need to relax at some point in your life. But you taking time off when you haven't even accomplished anything, all that's doing is making your mental health worse. Take time off like a mentally healthy person, where after you've accomplished something amazing, then you rest. That's how we're supposed to live. That's how humans are supposed to live. We're not supposed to rest after accomplishing nothing. We're supposed to rest after we do something. That's why God created the Sabbath day, the seventh day in the week, the day of rest. We're supposed to rest and relax, but only after the work is done. That's the difference between a mentally healthy person and a mentally unhealthy person. So actually, if you take this advice for this video, I guarantee that your life will be different. This advice, this, idea of accomplishing things, this really did change my life, and I highly encourage you to actually follow the advice of this video. So that's all I got for today. Don't have dreams, have goals, and stay wild.